Here's everything you should know before getting a cat. Number 1, do your research. Please, always prepare ahead of time. Make sure a cat is right for you. Take into consideration if you have other pets or children, how they might get along or not. Keep things like that in mind before deciding to get a cat. I went through this phase where I really wanted a pet tarantula. The first thing I did was my research. They're really hard to feed. You can't really handle them. They're very delicate. They go through this 3-month molting process, which during that whole time they will refuse to eat. You can't touch them because they're too sensitive. And I was just like, whoa, tarantula would make a terrible pet for me anyway. So I didn't get one. Please do your research. 2, make sure your house is suitable and ready for a cat. Kitten-proof your entire home. Remove dangerous objects and toxic items and materials. Hide and cover electrical cords, blinds cords, sharp objects, all chemicals, cleaners out of reach. Be aware of any plants that are toxic to cats. 3, buy everything you and your cat will need before you get the cat. Comfy beds, toys, small litter trays if it's a kitten. Get multiple litter boxes because they can be picky about that. Make sure to get wet and dry food, a scratching post, cleaner because they throw up a lot, a hard-sided carrier for vet visits, food and water bowls, but make sure they're shallow to avoid whisker fatigue. That'll be in another video. Collar, tags, gentle brush or comb, things like that. I used to be a manager of a pet store. One time this couple walked in, very young. They came up to me, they said, "We just got a kitten and we don't know anything about cats, so can you tell us what to buy?" So you already have the kitten, which wasn't with them, knowing nothing about cats, and you didn't even get anything for it. Please don't do that. Know what you're getting into. Prepare for it. I mean, this kitten, who knows where the hell it was? In their car without food or water, and just terrible situation. Just please don't do that. Please prepare for any kind of pet. 4, look at shelters before anywhere else. Okay, too many shelter cats need homes, and most of them that end up in the shelter never make it out. Many shelters euthanize when they're full. So if you are thinking about purchasing from a breeder, please consider adopting a shelter cat first. 5, find a vet. Vets can give you recommendations on food, behavioral and medical advice. You can have someone to come to with all your health questions. A vet is necessary. Checkups, deworming, spay, neuter, microchip, and vaccinate as soon as you can. 6, if you have kids, please prepare them. Talk to them about being gentle, tell them not to overwhelm the cat or play rough with it, don't leave certain things out, things like that. 7, set up base camp. What is base camp? You should give them their own space just for a few days. This could be a spare room, maybe even a bathroom if the cat's small enough. Set up their bed there, litter boxes, food and water. Please keep the litter box and food separate. You don't eat in your bathroom. They don't want to do that either. I wouldn't encourage it to sleep in your bed while it's still little. If it's a small kitten, it could fall off, it could hurt itself, you could roll over on it. So it's best to keep it separate in its own bed and keep it in its own space for a few days. Your cat needs fresh water every day. Wet food in addition to dry food. Wet food has moisture in it, keeps them hydrated, especially if they don't drink a lot of water. It also has a lot more nutrients than dry food. Before I forget, make sure your kitten is eating kitten food. They need the protein that's in it that adult food has less of, and this helps them grow and get the nutrients that they need. Do not give them milk. Oh my god, cats are lactose intolerant, and most humans are too. The only reason you would give a cat milk, and it would be cow's milk or goat's milk or any kind of milk except for from their mother, or if the mother is absent, then you would get kitten formula from the store. It's made for cats, and the only reason they would need that is if they're under 8 weeks old and they're still nursing. Other than that, they don't need milk, they need water. No dairy. When you're switching from kitten food though to adult food, what's recommended and probably the safest way, you should gradually transition them, but always check with your vet first. They need lots of play, exercise, and mental stimulation. It's a good idea to get them on a routine and feed them at the same time every day. This will make things easier. They'll know when to expect mealtime, and also strengthen your bond. Do not leave your cat alone for too long. After 6 months old, they can pretty much be alone for like 8 hours, like an entire work day. They should be fine. Leave them with everything they need and take away anything you don't want them getting into. And after a year old, when they're fully adult, really no longer than 24 hours. A lot of people think, well, we just leave like a heaping pile of food and just plenty of water. We clean the litter box before we go, so it's fine. After a couple days, the food will get stale and they won't want to eat it. The water will get dirty. There's no one there to clean the litter box unless you have somebody checking on your cat, which would be a good idea if you're planning on being away for like longer than a day. And they still need exercise, which they're not going to get much of while you're gone, especially if they're cooped up in the house all day. They need that mental stimulation or they will get bored and they will get into trouble, guaranteed. So these are just some things to keep in mind before you get a cat or kitten. They're less maintenance than like a dog. They still need attention. I hope that helped. Let me know if you have any other questions. Always consult your vet for any medical advice. Like and subscribe for more. Congratulations on your new cat, and I'll see you in the next video.